Shemai guys, welcome back to the Life to the Full podcast, the podcast that helps you make the most of your time here on Earth. I'm your host, Dav Morse, and I am glad to be back on the microphone for the first time in 2025. It's an exciting time of year. Happy New Year to you, wherever you are in the world. I know that's a bit late now, but, it's the first time I've spoken to you since last year, so I think it's okay. I know we've still got one more episode to go in the series of 7 tips that you should definitely ignore. We've got the spiritual health one coming up, but I couldn't help myself but interrupt the series to bring you this special New Year's episode. And this time of year, don't know about you, but I'm thinking about what goals am I going to set for 2025. Goal setting is an absolutely phenomenal activity to do at the beginning of the year because it sets you up for the year the way that you mean to go on. It's different from a New Year's resolution where you just try and do your best to hit the thing that you want to do. Having a goal means having a plan and a way of executing on that plan towards making 2025 a better year than 2024. I've been looking back on 2024 and there were some successes and there were some frustrations. So as we head into 2025, I'm going to look at those frustrations and think, how can I iron those out? How can I make sure that 2025 is a better year than 2024? Whilst I was thinking about goal setting for 2025, I thought, I'm pretty sure I made a YouTube video on goal setting back in 2022. And sure enough, I did. And it was actually really great. I listened to it again. So what I thought I'd do is I'd share it here on the podcast in audio form. If you want to check out the video, it's actually quite an amusing video for the images as well. But you get the gist with the audio. There is one reference to 2022, but these are Goldilocks financial rules. Goldilocks financial goals to set for 2022, so they actually work whatever year you're listening to this, whatever year you're making these goals. So here it is. Here's the audio from my YouTube video, Goldilocks financial goals for 2022, which also works for 2025. Having said that, the best and most important financial goal that will bring you the most happiness and joy is... My name's Dav Morse. I'm here to educate and inspire you to make the most of your money, to live generously and impact the world beyond just yourselves. Let's get straight into it with the most common financial goals that YouTubers will have for you this time of year. Get out of debt, buy a house, get an emergency fund, start investing, become financially free. These are all great goals, but why are they also really bad goals? Well, they don't take into account your personal situation. You might not have any debt, or you might not want to be debt-free because you want to, like me, use mortgages as a key strategy in your plan to get financially independent. It may be that you absolutely love your job and therefore you maybe don't mind spending a little bit less on that financial freedom goal and spend more of it on having experiences now, maybe buying a camper van so that you and the family can go off on trips every other weekend on adventures. These are average, generic goals. Ask yourself the question, do you want to be average and generic? Now the answer to this question depends on a couple of things. When I was a teacher, whenever there was a class test, the students would always ask me,
"Sir, what's the average?"
And I stopped telling them. I refused to tell them what the average for the class was because it is a useless piece of information. The only 2 bits of information that they have are their score and the average score, and the sole purpose of that average score is so that they can compare themselves to the rest of the class. Well, why is that such a bad thing? Well, what if the average of the class was 36% and you got 34%? Does that mean that you've almost hit the average and that's a good thing? Or does it mean there's actually still 66% of stuff that you don't know? Or if the class average is 94% and you get 78%, but you usually get 36% in your test, then is that a good thing? Does that mean you've done badly because you've not measured up to the rest of the class? When evaluating a situation, the most important thing is to collect all of the information together. Where have you been? Where are you now? And where are you going? And the average doesn't feature in that. The thing that this class test snapshot does is shows you where you are and where you need to go next. Ask yourself again, do you want to be average? When you're comparing yourself financially, it is so easy to look around you and start thinking, oh, how do I measure up to these other people? How does my lifestyle compare to these other people? But that's not the most important question. A wise man once said, comparison is a contentment killer. When making your financial goals for 2022, go through the whole process. Get a complete picture. Where are you now? What do you want to achieve? And how are you going to get there? Make it personal to you. Don't let other people impose their financial goals on you, even financial YouTubers. Start by assessing where you are right now. Ask yourself questions like, how much debt do I have? Am I earning more than I'm spending? What assets do I have? Am I going to start a side hustle?
Starting a YouTube channel.
What percentage of my income am I currently investing? So now that you know where you are, it's time to make a plan for 2022. The most important part of any financial plan is that it moves you in the right direction. If you've got no emergency fund right now, then building up a month's worth of cash on hand is possibly a good idea. If you've already got a month's worth of cash on hand, then 3 to 6 months of expenses saved up in somewhere where you're not going to spend it is the next step. If you've already got that, how about thinking about a year to 2 years worth of expenses? If you've already got 2 years of cash on hand, then what about a small holding bunker somewhere in Scotland? If you've already got your small holding bunker somewhere in Scotland, congratulations, you win. If you haven't got any rental properties, how about making a goal to get a rental property? If you've already got 7 rental properties, then what about making a goal to get 10? You get the picture. You're going in the right direction. Get excited about making progress, because making progress will always make your life better. Having said that, the best and most important financial goal that will bring you the most happiness and joy is be content with what you have. I've said it a load of times on this channel already. Although I am all for improving your situation, giving yourself options, building a life that you don't want to retire from, contentment with what you have is the only thing that will get you off this constant, never-ending desire for more and more. My financial goals for 2022 won't be about hitting a certain percentage saving rate or hitting a certain net worth. It's all about making progress in building the life that I don't want to retire from. How can I use the money that I have to improve relationships with the people that I value? How can I use my money to get more quality time with my family? How can I use my money to make more connections with those around me? How can I spend my money on creating shared experiences with my friends that deepen that level of friendship? Should I be buying some more surfboards so that when people come and visit for the weekend, we can all go surfing? Or shall I buy some guitars and amps so that I can have people around and just enjoy making music together? How can I spend my money to free up the time to do the things that I want to do and serve the people that I want to serve? The hardest part of making a financial goal is knowing what you want. Not what advertisers say that you want or what TikTokers and YouTubers make you feel that you want. What do you want? Whatever you do, make sure you make progress in building a life that you don't want to retire from. How about you? What are your financial goals for 2022? Are any of them spending goals? Let's get a chat going in the comment section down below. If you want to know more about building a life that you don't want to retire from, then you can check out that video right there, there and there. If you have made it this far into the video, I'd love it if you could hit the little subscribe button so that you get to see more content on how you're going to build a life that you don't want to retire from. And don't forget to use my links if you want to start your investing journey. They're in the description. Thanks very much and peace out and see you soon. I hope you enjoyed that little trip down memory lane. I certainly did. And I think the lessons learned there are certainly applicable as we go into 2025. Let me know what financial goals you're setting for 2025. I'm getting pretty active on Threads, Instagram Threads, over the next 100 days. So why don't you head over there and give me a follow, give me a chat. I'd love to hear from you to see what you're up to. Till next time, peace out.